Who doesn't know Jabong.com? It is a household name by now and the hottest e-commerce brands in India. Jabong.com went live in October 2011 and is backed by German investors Rocket Internet. It follows a strategy of shock and awe combined with aggressive marketing and offers and coupons to gain the customer's attention and trust and make them purchase from their site. We caught up with Praveen Sinha, MD and co-founder Jabong.com, to know more about Jabong, have some insights on how it plans to scale up from here and retain the customers that they were acquired at a very high cost.
Hi Praveen, thanks for joining us. What is your view on the whole e-commerce market as a whole in India currently?
My understanding is that e-commerce has grown very rapidly in the past few years. The growth has been exponential, and it's not in terms of percentage but in terms of multiples. So you have seen companies which has doubled, in fact tripled their revenue in 1 year's time. Having said that, I see even more accelerated growth going forward. Reason being that the internet penetration though has increased, the mobile penetration and the internet enablement on those smaller platforms are going to increase. Current generation will be more comfortable and loyal towards this e-commerce sector overall.
True.
So overall, very positive view on the sector.
Okay. And coming to Jabong, like I guess in 8-9 months of operation, you're already counted as the top 5 e-commerce companies and compared with the senior players like Flipkart and Snapdeal. So what is your view on that? How does it feel?
At the time of inception itself, we had this vision to be amongst the top. So we started with that vision, and it feels great as a team to achieve that vision. However, that's not the end goal. So being one of the topmost e-commerce platform, being accepted well by the end customers, creating that customer delight, which we thought we would, and we were, I'll say, more than 98-99% successful in delivering that delight. So overall, a great feeling for the whole team on that accomplishment, but I'll say the journey has just started.
Jabong's approach has really been aggressive from day one. Aggressive in the sense like marketing or strategy or placement. Will this be the strategy going forward also, or you will be kind of mellowing down? What is the future looks like?
So, a very valid point. Since we wanted to be number one, we had to make ourselves visible to the customer. But it's a combination of both marketing and all the visibility, initiatives. We also had to ensure that customer accept us in terms of the experience that we deliver. They start trusting us. So we will still focus on high visibility initiatives. So we'll keep doing it, and we will complement with the customer experience so that word of mouth also starts playing an integral role. Making it aware and visible, I would say, is comparatively easier, if not easy, but getting the pull from the end customer is slightly difficult. Scaling marketing budget is definitely one aspect, but scaling the customer experience aspect, where you have to think through all the details where the leakages can happen and arrest that, so that while scaling the customer experience is not diluted, is another challenge. So we'll focus on both, so that visibility is complemented with customer experience.
So this massive scale up that Jabong has been going through, you would attribute it to the initial seed stage funding that Samwer brothers had given, or any other funding has happened? What is if you can shed some light on it?
Yeah, so we had good support from our investors, and the investors have given us a lot of platform, both in terms of knowledge and also in terms of experimentation budget, if I have to say. But then it is very well regulated in terms of the burn rate, etc. So that overall, if you see the experience, I would say comparatively we are much more efficient in terms of how we are scaling it.
There's one rumor that we have been hearing for some time, that you are out in the market to raise external money now. So if you can once and for all clarify on it.
share that rumor with us. We keep hearing all the companies are doing it. We don't know. However, if we go for it and if there is anything to share, we'll definitely come back and share with you.
So currently Jabong is content with the initial funding that Samwer brothers had put in.
I would say no comments. We are open, but we are not in, so I won't say that we are looking out for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not really closed for it also, you would say.
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay. And is there a reason, a Rocket Internet companies, like all the sister ventures of Rocket Internet, they are known more for Rocket Internet than for the people who are running it, than for the founders. So how would you react to the criticism when people would say that Jabong is a Rocket Internet company and nobody knows about the founders? What is your reaction to it?
See, I think it's about the perception. Mm-hmm. If you know the people behind Rocket, if you know the investors, the perception and reality might differ. Mm-hmm. Finally, I don't see a difference between or a conflict of interest between the investors and the co-founders. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they go hand in hand.
That's true.
And it depends what kind of coverage you want. And again, that's not in conversion. For example, some personality, if they want more coverage rather than work, then I will understand the point of view. Otherwise, your work speaks for you.
True.
And that should be the whole intent.
But in terms of functioning, in terms of the whole operations, it is sometimes comprehended that the co-founders and the CEOs are just the front end in the Rocket Internet project, and they are more the management, the everything is only Rocket Internet. So what would you say to that?
I would not agree.
Okay.
I would say that it gives you all the platform where the co-founders can perform and deliver to the right spirit, where all the stakeholders are taken care of, be it investors, mm-hmm. be it customers, be it employees.
Okay. And since Jabong is doing so well as of now, I think a private label could be a good option for you. Do we see it soon?
I think you are absolutely right. I see all the e-commerce players entering into it, and we are not close to it.
Okay.
But we will not start something which there is no demand. So it won't be a push model.
Okay.
It will be more like a pull model, where the customers had come back to us and said that why don't you have this kind of product, and those products are not being offered. Okay. By many brands. So we would like to position ourselves. Definitely, why not? We are open for that.
The model of Jabong has always been very aggressive marketing, pushing it to the customers. So the experts in the field would say that it's a very unsustainable business model and you're not attracting the right kind of customers. So what is your reaction to that?
So on the statement that if you push, you can't keep pushing your customers for long. So it will not be sustainable. To that part, they are right. But as Jabong, are we doing it? I have disagreement. The reason I say that, to make aware, if it's considered pushing, it's fine. If customers once try us, mm-hmm. they would know what we stand for. They would really appreciate the experience that they get throughout the journey, mm-hmm. from purchase to delivery, okay. and post-purchase as well. So the differentiation starts happening there, and that makes you sustainable.
Okay.
Any e-commerce player, marketing is an initial stage, but in long term, it's going to be a supply chain, function which will create the sustainability. Mm-hmm. If you have not thought through and invested in that experience, none of the companies can exist or purely on marketing. Purely marketing can be of a deal site where you don't have to support with a back end, but if you want to do overall experience is diluted, I don't think sustainability is going to be there.
You are spending a lot. If you say, you have a lot of offers coming in. People who I've spoken to, they say that this model is feeding the customer with offers and coupons and facilities, but you're not attracting the right kind of customer because this will not ensure customer loyalty. As soon as the customer will get a cheaper option or better coupons, they will go to that website and leave Jabong. So would you continue with it? Is it a very long-term plan, or is it like short-term, this attracting the customers with all kinds of offers?
See, offers would stay, but again, these coupons, I don't think it's like going to stay for eternity. Mm-hmm. It has to change. And again, a fair point that there would be a lot of customers who are very sensitive towards coupons, etc., and the probability of getting it misused is also high.
Yeah.
But then comes, how do you implement it? In terms of, have you made your systems and processes intelligent enough to ensure that the leakages are minimized, if not eliminated?
Okay.
And two, when you get the customers, it attracts all kinds of customers. Are you able to discover and identify the right set of customers, and then you build that relationship with them? So I don't see to be very conflicting if executed in the right way.
Okay. Could you share a percentage bracket of a range of repeat purchase?
The number is very huge, so I would say, and I'll have to add liners to it, it can vary from 10 to 70 to 80%, 10 to 80.
Talking about your ROI, the kind of investment you're doing on customers, how much of it is generating into sales?
I won't be able to share numbers again, but again I would say we are as per the industry trend in the e-retailing sector.
You have all kinds of categories, you're adding categories really fast, but you position yourself as more of a lifestyle and apparel and accessories brand online shop. Any plans to shift from that focus?
No.
So you
I don't
like
see
for some, like for this foreseeable time will be a lifestyle brand.
Yeah, we will offer more products, we will offer better services,
Okay.
add on more bricks or items.
Okay.
But this would be our focus area. We recently launched furniture, again catering to the lifestyle segment, but I think more or less we are there in terms of number of categories.
And any new category that interests you that you would be adding up soon?
No, not really. But I would love to hear from our customers.
Okay.
For example, the same set of customers, if they are interested in certain category or segment, we would be open to them.
Mm-hmm.
But currently, I don't think we will. We are thinking of expanding into newer categories.
Okay. So your newer ads are targeting men. Yeah, earlier ones were targeting women. So is it a strategy to push the other categories and the men's categories or the sports categories?
Good observation. So ideally, both we wanted to target. So the first, it's like a sequential that we did. We did target women first, and now we are targeting men.
How's the kids section doing?
It's doing relatively well.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if you were to say out of men's, women's and kids, what would be the in ascending order or descending order?
If you compare with the giants like men and women, it will become relatively very small.
But what would be Jabong's split in men's wear, women's wear and kids wear, revenue split?
Again, I won't be able to share.
Okay, you can say which one is the greatest. Out of all your categories like accessories, apparel, cosmetics and all kinds of categories, which category is the most popular among customers?
Categories, I think two categories which are doing really well is shoes and apparel.
Okay.
They are the major or the biggest categories we have.
How would you position yourself against a Myntra or a Yebhi or a Fashion and You?
See, I think we are the fashion lifestyle destination. We cater to people who are fashion conscious, fashion forward, and they look value for money, not necessarily always discounts. We complement it with the best service experience that any service provider can provide in India.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then third is in terms of product offerings. The number of brands we will have, the number of options we will show will be much higher than any other service provider, any other e-commerce portals. So those are the three levers, I would say, where we would distinctively differentiate ourselves.
Okay.
There will be a lot of smaller areas where we would like to differentiate and where we would differentiate, but these would be the three pillars where we would definitely differentiate.
Okay. And Jabong manages its own logistics. In how many cities do you manage your own logistics?
Again, we would say that we are one of the biggest in terms of retailing, and the end service or end delivery. We have the largest presence compared to others.
Okay, but managing, having your own logistics team is a kind of a tricky thing. It's a different business altogether, managing the manpower and everything. So how would you handle it? Are you looking to start this service be open for other players or other people to use?
Why not?
Okay.
So why not? And I agree. It's I see most opportunity is always challenging. Mm-hmm. So your point is valid that it might require different skill set or different challenges.
And also, experts in the logistics field would say that for an e-commerce company, it's not really sustainable to manage a logistics fleet as well, because that's a different business, that's a different skill set, as you were saying. So how would you move around that?
See, if you build anything on business fundamentals, finally it's competition. Mm-hmm. If the logistics company are saying that it's not sustainable for e-commerce companies, there are a lot of other smaller logistics companies that have started.
Yeah, exactly.
You would know 3-4 of them which are doing relatively very well.
Yeah.
So if they can think of becoming profitable, why can't a company which can start with 10 times the scale which the other smaller companies have started? It's a double opportunity area, the way I look at it. And if you have started with the right business fundamentals, it will not only generate huge service level differentiation, but it will give you profit and revenue. Mm-hmm. For example, there will be a lot of customers who would like to use services which is being created by this e-commerce logistics company. Mm-hmm. So I don't see that statement as a conflicting statement. I see it as an opportunity statement, and if you design it right, it will give you results.
Okay. And going forward, are you looking at any acquisitions or maybe to enlarging your category or maybe to enlarging your technology, any which way?
No, currently we are not looking out for any acquisition.
Okay. So in the near future, what are your plans? What new can we see from Jabong?
You can see the kid growing faster. We are only a year old. We would like to be the household name for lifestyle category. Mm-hmm. We would like to see at least from customers perspective side that we are really customer oriented and focused, and we deliver what we commit. So those are the aspirations that we have. We started on the right front. We are able to fulfill most of it. Now we want to scale it up and become a household name for all the lifestyle products.
At the end, how is it being a Rocket Internet company? There's a lot of this mystery around Rocket Internet Ventures.
I would say I won't be able to be very specific in terms of how we interact, etc. But I would say it's a very healthy relationship. Mm-hmm. They give you the right platform, and Rocket also has a huge understanding of the e-commerce market globally. So let's respect them for that, and try to build that relationship to win and achieve the targets that we have set for Jabong in India. And in that I don't see any issues at all.
And what happened with Heaven and Home? Like, I saw Heaven and Home's merchandise on Jabong. That is how it is related to Jabong. So I think you can comment on that.
So we have a lot of other vendors whose product we sell.
No, what my point is that was there a merger or was there a deal that was struck between, because it got closed and half of its merchandise came to Fab and Furnish and half of its merchandise which was relevant to your categories came to Jabong.
Understood. No, that's outside my purview. I would not be able to say. However, I would be able to share. Yes, we list products of different companies and vendors, and we treat the same way to Heaven and Home as well.
Great talking to you. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.